Head towards that wall, as you say, for the third and final outer zone. You come through a really interesting keyhole and then wrap around to the final inside clip.
So we'll break down the course throughout. We didn't have an overhead shot of the course, so here we go. In our first rear clipping zone, it's Kubo. Not getting all the way out there now, just massaging it, dropping into that rear clipping zone. Nice job by Kubo. Transitioning past the first front clip. Now into that second rear clipping zone. So shooting that gap, that's that unforgiving wall that could really strike a chord. Now past that final front clip, and there is the finish line. As soon as you see the rumble. All right, here we go with our next driver, Emerald Norden in an S13. Coming to that first rear clipping zone, works it in. You can see him throwing more angle at it, getting out to the rumble strip. Nice job. You can hear the exhaust note. Run through, dropping down the RPMs. Oh, big hesitation there, and you saw him straightening, shooting the gap. Now finally, there's a breeze blowing through, so it's going to clear out the smoke. As there we go, coming into view. Nice job. Oh, but then shuts it down. Losing power, or, yeah, it doesn't sound right. Great looking car, just oozing that J style. That's truly an inspiration for the Yes Power Chaser of Mitsuru Yoshioka. Car looked great yesterday, and you can see that front bumper took a licking, but kept pushing around the track. Big angle, feeling that. See, he hit that first rear clipping zone on entry. Getting a little out of shape here, throwing more angle on it, and salvages something, straightening, counters. That's going to be a 0. I saw a quick strike at the pen from Andy Yen. So that, I think that's truly what the judge are talking about. Don't completely cave. Playing Pokemon Go in the background. For crushing Pokemon Go playing Maniac. All right, here we go. Leaving the start line. The Sylvia S15 of Hiroshima. Let's see how he executes this rear clipping zone. Nice job. Does he stay in it? Yes, he does. Let's counter past that front clip. You can hear the exhaust note. Very consistent, smooth, shoot in the gap. Could this be our new leader? Good, nice swing. Very fluid, Ryan. Not chopping it up, making it look. That's another thing that the judges talked about, making it one consistent. Elaborate for those folks
yeah.
that might not know.
Yep, that's right. Took us to a Japanese pizza place.
Yeah?
Which was quite interesting.
How was it?
Pretty good. It was for Big Kev, obviously.
Big Kev, Kevin Wells. Here we go. Moving on to our next driver. Nice job into that rear clip. Wow, getting all the way out there, dancing in the dirt. You can see just a tinge of dust being thrown up, riding that razor's edge. Nice job through, shooting the gap. Much more aggressive, kind of wild-looking run. Not as smooth as Hiroshima. Love the Sylvia S15s. So unfortunate that we never got them in the States. Great-looking cars. All right, let's see Mitsuru. See what he's got. Good initiation, throws it out. You see just a little bit of wavering. Now past that front clip. Nasty flick there. You can see an e-brake yank. Fluid through the course, but not exactly getting the car where it needs to be in order to accumulate some of those points. And it's great to see, just like we said, about 4, whittling down to 32 for tomorrow's head-to-head action. Instituting the start chicane, standardizing it from the Formula Drift stateside, or I should say North American Championship. Saw that kind of interesting initiation. Looking to our right now into that first rear clipping zone. Comes off a little early. Not big angle there. Straight lining it into that front clip. Having a difficult time. Maybe just not enough horsepower really to rip through that gap and shutting it down. That was a complimentary cackle?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got to front load that one.
All right, so insanity starting to set in. Here we go, Nomakin, a.k.a. Ken Nomura, that R34,
wow.
yanking of the e-brake. Man, he got a handful of it. Massaged it into that first rear clipping zone. A slow transition. So really ticking the boxes here. Gets it properly out to that second rear clipping zone and through the keyhole, as you're calling it, and crawling past that final front clip. Is the chassis, the GT86, the vehicle. He looks good. Looks good earlier in practice. Can he put it down when it counts? Here comes Kaguchi into the first rear clipping zone. Nice and fluid. Like you talked about, that squatting. Car squats down, first rear clipping zone, past that front clip, working it properly. Powering through the gap. Nice job by Kaguchi. Very fluid, really nice. Sometimes, like we said in Fuji last year, just didn't work out for him. But a fun-loving guy, and he's about to put it down. Here we go. Kuniaki Takahashi, a.k.a. Kuni. Big angle, big smoke, big angle here on that first front clip. Flicking into that second rear clipping zone. You can hear him ripping through. Nice job by Kuni. Very exciting, I would say. Like to see him fill a little bit more of that rear clipping zone, but very exciting to watch.
Yeah, big plume.
Great looking car. Love those Aristos. They're done right. Great looking stance. Here we go into that first rear clipping zone. See, there's a quick little yank of the e-brake just to get the car in motion. See some correcting there. The white wheels pointing it out. You can see some corrections. Another yank of the e-brake. You can hear him lifting as he navigated in the gap. Some quick little flicks of the front wheels. Could see the baby blue S15 Sylvia of Go Kamiya. No, excuse me. This should be Daisuke Nakamura. Daisuke Nakamura into the first rear clipping zone. Yeah, entering early, staying on it. You can see getting affected by getting into the dirt a little bit, but transitions past the front clip, really feeling a second rear clipping zone. A wide, oh, a little nervous there, shooting that gap, Ryan. Heading up the hill, and you know, you could tell just a little bit from that angle. There is an incline there when they're powering. It's Ben Williams, originally from Australia. See what Ben Williams can do. The Soar made really popular there by Ueno years ago. As here we go into that first initiation. Rolling into it, nice, gets out to that rear clipping zone. Yeah, no smoke, no, excuse me, no dirt coming up. Big angle there from Williams. Shooting the gap. A little bit of lift there, you saw a correction. So that lift potentially shoot him off the line. You saw a quick correction. Gaining some applause from the fans here.
And some screams from the...
Hey. All right, here we go. Moving on, Kenji Yamada, S15 Sylvia. See some of the other drivers warming up. Looks like a Ford Mustang from the front, right?
I was totally thinking that.
Yeah. Yamada getting into the outside zone.
It looks like a Ford.
Big angle. It seriously looks like a Ford Mustang.
That you would see, like, you know, driving into the venue at Road Atlanta or somewhere in the
right.
south.
Yeah, yeah, that's funny. Late entry, Doug Vandenbrink. Next, he's there. So here comes Kay in the top speed S15 Sylvia, leaving the start line. Okay, no? Okay, yes. Here we go. Lighten up the tires into that first rear clipping zone. Almost makes it all the way out there. Good angle. Into that second rear clipping zone. Nice job by Kay. And approaching the final front clip. You saw him kind of, yeah, I want to look at that again, Ryan. Did he have a straightening there? Oh, it's crazy. All right, great looking S15 Sylvia. Taichi Hisano. Little feint, flick of the wrist into the first rear clipping zone. Fighting the grip, works it out there. Nice angle. You can hear him lifting off the throttle, working it in there, throwing caution to the wind. Nice job there by Hisano. Like him to stay on throttle when he powered through the gap, but still a very fun run to watch. So it got lost in the shuffle.
Unbelievable.
What do we got?
Just these massive mistakes that you've been making.
Oh, that's it. Goodbye, world. Jumping off the stand here. All right, here we go. Big angle, working it, trying to get out there. Look at that. Oh, man. It looked like he was going to come up short, but makes it out there. Nice job. Standing on the throttle all the way through the gap. Some wavering, but then keeps it out there. Lift of the throttle past that front clip, but stands on it. Yeah, I was looking at notes here. So Yoshinoro Shinozaki, the Mark II, leading the start line. Yeah, I didn't think I saw Chiam on driver's list. I didn't think I saw him. Throwing more angle at it and working it out to the rumble strip. Using all of the course getting out there, then transferring past that first front clip. Into the hole in the fence, through it, and past the front clip. Here, thank you. Yeah, Matt Field is currently in second, but as far as that point gap there. All right, here we go. Our next driver, this is Taniguchi. Atsushi Taniguchi. Into that first rear clipping zone, transitioning through. And shooting the gap, rear clipping zone as well, and approaching the final front clip. It's kind of lacking the angle, and then threw some more at it. Got really nasty with that transition.
Had a tougher time than we've seen from quite a few drivers on that.
Lights illuminating, and boom, extinguished. There we go, send it. S13 leaving the start line. Kazuto, first rear clipping zone, gets out to it, and nice job on the rumble strip. Big angle, zeroes in on that front clip. Nice job into the second rear clipping zone, shooting the gap. Woo! Garnering some raising of the voice from the Japanese drivers. Ryan, nice job. Really, the pucker effect in full effect there, approaching that wall. Yeah, I do. Great looking car. Brand new, clean, work, weld racing. This thing, we'll see if it puts it down. Big, nasty initiation there. Hear it blowing off into that first rear clipping zone. Woo! Saw a quick delay there. Sputtering on through, and man, this thing's making some bunch of noises coming off this thing.
Well, it looks like he sacrificed his line a little.
All right, here we go. Fukada in a Mark II. A big yank of the e-brake. Scrubbed a lot of speed there, but now works into that first rear clipping zone. I think if he didn't yank the brake as much, might have gotten into it. Fukada through the hole and past that front clip. A run nonetheless, but still, I think.
Eyes are kind of like.
Yeah, kind of.
yeah. Trance.
All right, blood in the water. Let's see how Masuda can do. Toshimitsu Masuda throws it in. See that trunk pop. Look at the shark fin cutting through the smoke. Masuda past the first front clip. Lifting of the throttle, then back on it. Very smooth through the hole. And powering up the hill. Pretty good run, very quick run. He expedites the scores. Did you see him? It's quick.
That's it. That's all you get.
So you get. I don't care. All right, so Kasahara initiates. A lot of these guys doing that e-brake pull, getting it to rotate, and gets out to the outside zone. Whoa, big angle, throwing into the gap. Woo! No risk it, no biscuit there, and he risked it, but it came up roses. Nice job. I like that Kasahara. So Kenji Yamanaka in the Mark II Tomei Power top tool. Here we go, Kenji, what do you got? Mark II working its way really on the track's edge. Zeroed in on that front clip. Fluid through the course. Kenji Yamanaka back across that final front clip and the finish line. Well done. Well done, Kenji. Steve Choi, Steve the Beef. Literally his Instagram handle is chicken diarrhea.
Yep.
That is unbelievable.
But it is not. It is safe for work.
Yeah. Oh, it's kid friendly.
Yeah. There's not actual chicken diarrhea on there.
No, it's clinical. All right, here we go. Yingxing Yin. Outside zone, dances with it. Gets into it later. Transitions. Oh, a lot of dirt being thrown up there by Yingxing Yin. And transition into the final front clip. Just whatever, dude. Yingxing Yin. He's in. Sherilyn Hale.
Yeah, we've got a few handful.
Jin Harino. Handful of
Friends back home.
Contingency of people watching at home. Well, thanks for tuning in. Tell a friend. All right, Harino goes into that first rear clipping zone. Looking solid. Big angle here. Nice. Right on the edge of the track. Well played.
Oh.
Off of that front clip, but tightens it back up to the second. Big angle through the gap as Harino brings it back into the final front clip. Scrubbing some speed there. Man. You're wrong.
Like.
Or I say you're right. Yeah, you'd be like, hey, depends on what kind of tears or vibes he's throwing out there. Is Izuka. Kenda tires getting lit up. You can see that squat, big. That, just gotta love it, these big sedans. Past that front clip. Good execution through the gap. Man, I'm getting excited for tomorrow now. Just seeing these runs.
It's been going on for
It's been a straight hour of Foo Fighters.
We should tell them.
Nah. All right, Taguchi, Kazuya Taguchi, Team Up Garage, Sylvia Satine, love this car. You talked about Cooney's car being one of your favorites. This is a close second for me. Smooth, very fluid, putting the car in the right places. Up Garage, ups the ante. Dances with the grass there, doing a little bit of manscaping here. Nice job there for Kazuya Taguchi, US. A few years ago. Was it last year? As recent as last year, excuse me. All right, big feint entry here, throws it in. Minimal, if at all, any handbrake. Standing on the throttle. Nice job there. Sounds like a killer bee swarm coming at you. Liked it. Very smooth, very smooth.
Hayashi keeps it real.
In practice, killing it. He was absolutely slaying that first front clip initiation, or excuse me, that first rear clipping zone. But let's see how he throws it down. Here we go, Masashi Yokoi. Big angle, maxing it out, coming into that first rear clipping zone. Did he throw too much at it? No, he did not. Big angle, but too much. Too much angle for Yokoi.
Well,
that's what I said, man. I mean, he wanted to throw it out there.
We know what happens there, but I just want to go back to your comment about Mad Mike and
Daichi in the Mark II here. Part of that Big Wang gang. Very menacing looking front end there.
Oh, it's
done. It's done. Shutting it down. So Daichi Oshiro with an O in the scorebooks. Only a few more drivers left, Ryan. 4 to be exact. Semi Tanaka, Andrew Gray, Mad Mike Wadette, and Chris the Force Forsberg. You can hear it's an R speed over the rival.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Man, a lot of sponsors on that car. Not a lot of blue paint poking through there. Here we go. All right, well, it's good.
Boom.
Pay to play, Tanaka. You talked about it. He's going to be about it. Toyota. Look how soft that suspension is. See him just floating in the wind. Big angle from Tanaka. Oh, man. Woo! Looked like he made a small correction there to navigate that S15 through the hole.
It's okay. It's gonna be an 80, between 84 and 87.
And Andrew Gray leaving the start line. Here we go. What's Mr. Gray got?
Wow.
Wow, yeah. That definitely does call for a wow. A lot of smoke coming off Gray's car. Very fluid. Nice job. Good transition. Lifting to the throttle. And standing back on it, scrubbing some speed, allowing him to shoot the gap. Look at that thing. I mean, just smoking the tires. Again, Team Magic FDRX7. 4-rotor twin turbo engine setup similar to that of his stateside MX-5. Man, big, nasty initiation. You can see him quickly yanking the e-brake. Out the outside zone, banging away. Woo! Popping and locking into the gap. Sounding like a fireworks show out here, 4th of July in Japan. Wow. I mean, just from the noise to the car to everything. Champion NOS energy drink. Here we go. JZX coming down the pipe. Throws it into that first rear clipping zone. Getting out to it. A bit off of that front clip. Now dialing in on the second one. Shooting the gap, taking a risk there. Looked a bit sketchy, but then brings it on back. Now, Chris, you know, again, we started the show talking about his World Championship. Well, they could all go out the window, or they could hold tight. Here we go. Back to the top of the order. Kazuhiro Kubo. Carbolax S13. Throws it in. Big yank of the brake. So definitely a different style here as far as the e-brake utilization. Off of that first rear clipping zone. Tightens it up. Nice big angle there. Safe, moderate run there through the hole, through the gap. He has a 61 on his first run. Ugh. That kind of got hairy there for Kubo.
Always. I have a working theory about why. We'll talk about it after this
all
one.
right. All right, so Emeril Norden. Back at it again with the white S13. The 52 on his first run. Oh, that's a big correction there. We'll see if, nah. We'll see if that's a 0 or if that will just be a deduction. Into the gap is Norden. Banging on the rev limiter. And flick of the wrist past that front clip. Is that a scoreable run?
Very, very close there.
Kawakami. He shut it down on his first run. He has a 0. This is do or die for Kawakami. Kawakami throws it in. Let's see, what do we got? Stays off that e-brake. Works it into the first rear clipping zone. Just dances with the rumble strips. Hits it and quits it. Shallow angle, but still navigates past the front clip. Kawakami into the gap. Gets it outside zone. And brings it home. So it will be a score. Obviously bettering his first run, which is a 0.
I heard the music.
I don't know.
If you're at home and you're watching, let us know if you guys can hear the Foo Fighters. Have been on repeat for the past 2 hours.
Like I said, I'm not mad at Foo Fighters at all, but I don't know if I want to listen to them all day long. It's like Clockwork Orange here. All right, so it's times like these that we need to see it drift again. All right, so Yoshioka. Oh, wow, using all the course the first time we've seen somebody go off there. Oh, shimming. Whoa. I think that's going to be a goose egg. Yeah. Is that a scoreable run there from the judges?
We see some conversing going on here.
Your bag of snacks. Ryan brings a bag of snacks everywhere. But mind you, I do appreciate them.
Right.
And it's times like these that I do need some healthy snacks. All right, so back to the action. We are seeing Hiroshima standing on the throttle. Nice job. Consistent, big angle into the gap. Nope. See, that doesn't warrant oh doctor. I mean, if he got close to that wall, that might have beckoned it. But Hiroshima pulls it all the way through.
What is it? Yeah.
You know, I mean,
you
get cranked.
Yeah, you do.
Popular and common vernacular in drifting world. So.
Here's Hanazam.
But action speaks louder than words. So yeah, here's Hanazam. He's back at it again. Or back at it for the first time. Hanazam. Around that first front clip. Oh, Hanazama, big correction, straightening. Will that warn? Oh, shutting it down, Hanazama.
I was going to say that was a lot like the second run of Yoshioka.
Yeah.
So I have to imagine that it was going to be no shows on run number 1.
Yeah, and notably, I would say Yokoi, Masashi Yokoi, who and also Oshiro Daichi. All right, so here is the Maris with West Auto chaser of Saito. Throws it in. Fluid. Smoke pouring off the tires. Nice job. Into the rear clipping zone and through the gap. Good execution. Squat flick. Nice aggressive flick there as he nosed it in past that final front clip.
Well, another drop.
Yes. All right, coming down the pipe. Mitsuru Murakami. Clubman S, Sylvia S15. What do you got for us, Murakami? Throws it in. Settled. Transition past the front clip. Diving into the gap. Well played. And Ryan Murakami with a 63 on his first score. Does that better it?
Well, he's definitely lacking angle in some key parts of the course. Especially.
Keep handing the bananas over. I'm going to show you. Here we go. Bloop. Let's see what Nomakin has in his ER34.
Hello.
Hello. Whoa, into the rumble, then works it. Working the whole course there. Shallow angle past that front clip. Gets into the second rear clipping zone. You see the front wheels correcting to massage it into the third rear clipping zone. So leaving some points there on the table. Ryan, he had a...
But it's a very important strip of concrete or asphalt. Oh, here we go.
All right. We'll finish that thought in a moment. As we have Koguchi. Koguchi here in this FT86. Fluid through the course. Oh, way off that second rear clipping zone. Just came up short, couldn't shoot it in there. Ryan Koguchi has a 77 on his first run.
But when guys get out wide, they get more points, and it's just not as aesthetically noticeable.
Right.
So I think that definitely plays a big role, especially in tandem on the lead drivers' run comparisons.
Here we go, Cooney. Cooney had a 82 on his first run. Kuniaki, nice job there on that Mark X. Transitioning through, getting in the dirt. Whoa! That looked scareball there. And Cooney scrubbing a lot of speed there and off that front clip, but want to look at this. Tetsuya Iha, top tool, Aristo. Thing cambered out. Here we go. You saw that rubber on initiation from Iha. Fluid through there, sounding pretty, looking good. Shallow off of that third rear clipping zone and tightens it up. Leaving some points out there, Ryan. We have a Daisuke. All right, playing. All right, here we go. So Daisuke, a 68 on his first run. Nasty, nice, aggressive initiation. Woo! Just with that edge of the track. Off that front clip, like the angle. Mess up there, a flub on the second rear clipping zone. Wow, nice job on that rear. Had some moments of greatness there, some sensational things, but breaking it up. Mistake here, mistake. Put another drift on the Bobby. As Ben Williams from Oz. Down under. Here we go. Whoop. To the naked eye, as I see it, that looks fun, man. That looks wild. Out to the clip, transitioning into the final rear clipping zone. You saw him correct there, keeping it off the wall. He already has a great score of 84.
Whoa.
Oh, wide swing there by Williams. But like I said, he already has an 84 on his first run.
Do what you feel. It's about having fun and calling the shots.
What? All right, here we go with that that Sylvia S15 Kenji Yamada looking like the Ford Mustang that we were referencing. I mean, I'm just telling you, that front end is just really off the ground, and he is tucking tire. Whoa, big nasty transition.
Nice.
Into the rear clipping zone. Scrubbing some speed, using that angle as Yamada. See the chrome rim spinning. Good Ride is a tire manufacturer here. A couple of the guys running Good Ride tires.
Are they good rides?
Some would say so. Here we go, top speed, Good Ride. We'll see. Top tool, a lot of top and goods going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. Doesn't get all the way out to the clipping zone, but flew it through the course. Big angle there. Into that, nice job. Losing the back half. Smoke camouflage in the back of the S15 of Kei Takanahashi. They're one of the great looking cars here. Let's see what you got. Taichi Asano. Big feint entry, flick into the first rear clipping zone. Pouring some more angle at it. Tight to that front clip. Nasty transition. Well played. Shallow off that third rear clipping zone, but maintains big angle. And past that front clip. Pretty exciting run there.
You can see some of the variance in the level of smoke.
Somebody tripped over the bento boxes. All right, moving on. Tomohiro Nakamura. Nakamura with a 70 on his first score. Supermade Racing S15. Excuse me, no, this is the S4. This is the S1 Via. The Rocketworks Supermade car. Whoa. You can hear him sputtering through the course. What do we got? Ryan a 70 on his first run with Nakamura. Grab some food. I know it's late night on the East Coast and even on the West Coast. Local time here, 3 p.m. Yeah, in LA, it's 11 o'clock, 2 in the morning on the East Coast. So thanks for hanging tough with us. Initiates, rolling into it. Gets the outside clip. Like you said, Ryan, not a bellowing cloud of smoke coming off this particular vehicle. Oh, shallow straightening. Big mistake there. With a 68 on his first run, that will be a 0. Taniguchi, Tetsujin, JZX 100, as he begins to throw down a stanky run here. Very shallow. Transitions into that final clip. Can he salvage a run here? He got is that a 77 on his first score?
Yep.
All right, so a 77. Will that beat it? Great looking car here, again, being debuted here. This Mark II. Nice job into the rear clipping zone. No dirt being thrown up. Taking it all the way to the edge of the track, filling that second rear clipping zone. Well played through the gap, big angle. Still maintaining some speed. Well played. With a 69 on his first run. Here we go, Fukada. Big aggressive initiation, nice job. Into the rear clipping zone, filling it up nicely, Fukada. Could have been a slight bit closer on the front clip, very fluid line. As Fukada brings it into the final front clip. Well played. Strong execution here. A 69 on his first run. I have to assume that's going to better it. All right, let's see what we got. A 73 on his first run. Into the dirt. Transitioning into that final, man, blazing down the line. 86 on his first run.
Second place qualifier. So
yeah. Big initiation. Wow, look at that counter steer. Barely, look at that front right wheel. Barely just kissing the ground. Big angle past that front clip. Wow. Like the fluidity, big commitment there. Was off of that rear clipping zone, but an exciting run. Man, this guy's throwing it down.
you can definitely see the tendon is the second score. So
okay. All right, we'll see. Again, unofficially, we have two 289s. Here we go. Kenji Yamanaka, Tomei Power, top tool Mark II. Into the rear clip, a smoke trail just being left behind. Yeah, Kenji Yamanaka throwing it down. Back up the hill and past that front clip. Kenji looking possessed, an 81 Singaporean driver. Cars operated by Power Vehicles, Andrew Gray's company. All right, let's see what Yingshin Yen has here with a 73 on his first score.
Nice. Get out there.
Yeah, and Yen dialing it in. Doesn't get all the way out there. Now really picking up some speed. Yeah, just not buttoning it up. All the rear clipping zones, quite a bit of distance off.
He's got the right idea on initiation. You know, he just
Driving
needs
fast.
to refine, you know, the
Yin Horino. Here we go, the Ben Sopra S13. Jada Toys. Big angle, gets out. Man, looking really rough into the outside clipping zone. Dips the tire, dialed in on that rear clipping zone. You see him make a quick correction to keep it on track. Well done, Ryan. Azuka, final connection. Team Mori, Mark II leaves the start chicane. What do we got? Izuka comes into the first rear clipping zone, right there on the edge. Big angle past that front clip. Shooting the gap. Well played. And brings it into that final clip. 75, his first score. Easy. After that, Masashi Yokoi with a 0. So this not so crucial because he's currently sitting #1 qualifier, but can he better it? Big angle, big smoke. Not getting as deep as he did on the first one, but still exciting. Standing on the throttle, not letting off at all. This thing sounds like a bugle ripping around the track right now. Well played. I mean, dude, not lifting. Hear that? I mean, consistent exhaust note. Boy, can he put down a score? Are we going to see him in head-to-head action tomorrow? Is he going to risk it again? He threw down a serious entry, but it ended up biting him in the end. And there it is again. What are we going to see from Yokoi? There we go. Gets out to the rumble strip. He's past the point of no return. Yanks it really quick into the gap. Masashi Yokoi brings it past the front clip. A score is on the board. Where he lands, we'll find out shortly.
Nope. No, they have not changed the soundtrack.
Through all of Top 32 action, brought to you by Foo Fighters. Foo Fighters playing in the background still. Here we go. So Daichi Oshiro, another 0 for him. Oh boy. Oshiro dragging on that final rear clipping zone, crawling towards that final front clip as Daichi, he gets a score on the board. He had a 0 on his tires as 15. Wow, big, nasty initiation. Can he hold on to it? Can he work it into that rear clipping zone? Yes, he can. You see a quick flick of those front wheels, but big angle, nice job. Oh, Tanaka, woo! Wow, that was, oh, doctor, there you go. But that wasn't a sensational doctor, that was a, oh, doctor, he's gonna crash his car and maybe need to see a doctor, but he held on to it, he spun out, but he really had Andrew Gray about to throw down on his second run, his first score, and 81. Can he better it? Here we go. Great. Lighten him up. In his chaser, into the rear clipping zone. Nice job. Bit of shallow angle, but really fills that second rear clipping zone through the gap. Big angle now, pouring it on. And Andrew Gray, a great backup to a really good first round. First round of FD Japan. Let's see how Humble handles it. I'm gonna expect some big nasty initiation, and he does just that. Can he hold on to it? He loses a bit of angle, but then pours it back on. Ooh, wow, that thing just echoing Okayama. Not only do the wolves keep away the deer, but that thing, the Humble, firing off and scaring anybody who's a
70 in run number 2, with the exception of Kubo. So he wants to improve on that 71.
Yeah, so he is not guaranteed to be in top 32. Crawling into that first rear clipping zone, does not get all the way out there. Now transitions past the front clip, tightens it up. Into the second rear clipping zone, through the gap. And heads back, approaching that final front clip. Does either a 71 or this run score get him into top